Okay, so this lesson is about solving equations with variables on both sides of the equation. All right, the steps are listed here. We use inverse operations to collect, which means to move the variables on one side, and use inverse operations to collect or move the variables to the other side of the equation, or the constants to the other side of the equation. All right, so let's look at this example up here. 7n minus 7 equals 2n plus 23. 7n minus 27 equals, no, 7n minus 7, excuse me, equals 2n plus 23. Can the camera see everything all right?
I can't really see.
It doesn't, you just need to see the board.
Yeah, I can see the board.
Perfect. All right. Okay, so the process is going to be similar to what we did earlier this week when we had just multi-step equations with variables on one side. All right, so we're going to draw a line through the middle. This is optional, but I find this is helpful for my students to keep both sides separated. Yeah.
Why don't we combine the 7 and the 2?
Good. So why can't I combine these two things? Yeah. Because they're on different sides of the equal sign. So when we combine like terms, we can only do that on one side of the equation or the other side.
Yep.
So let's look at this side of the equation, the left side. Can these two terms be combined? No, because they're not like terms. Okay? Can these two terms be combined? No, because they're not like terms. So our goal is to get x isolated by itself. So in order for that to happen, we have to get x on one side of the equation and get all the constants on the other side of the equation. That's what we're doing. So we can move either of these ends, all right? And it would still be correct. But in general, it's easier to move the smaller coefficient than the larger one, because then you won't have a negative coefficient to deal with. But you can deal with the negative coefficient. But just for right now, let's just move the smaller one. Now I can't just pick this 2n up and move it over here, because what happens if you pick something up from one side of the equation and move it to the other side, it's unbalanced, right? So how do we get rid of things in an equation? We use opposite operations. So how do I get rid of positive 2n? I subtract 2n. And what I do to one side of the equation, I also have to do to the other side of the equation. And essentially, by doing that, I've eliminated the 2n from the right side of the equation. And now it's been moved to the other side. So this becomes 5n minus 7 equals 23. Everything else just comes down. And now we have a two-step equation, which we're very familiar with and how to solve. So let's go ahead and solve that. Start by getting rid of the constant. And then we get rid of the coefficient. And equals 6. Questions? All right, so just to recap. When we have variables on both sides of the equation, we have to collect them or move them on one side. I moved my 2n over here by subtracting 2n. On this step, we have the variable on one side of the equation, but now we need to collect the constants on the other side of the equation. So I need to move that negative 7 over there. So I did that by adding 7 to both sides. And then we just have a one-step equation. We get rid of the coefficient last by dividing by 5 in this case. Okay, good? Did the video see that work? Or was it standing in the way?
I think so.
Let me just put this up here for the video.
Thumbnail.
All right. Number 2, or number 1, 8x minus 7 equals 4x plus 21. Okay. Come on, Mustafa, you can come and do this in front of the video. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
I want you to like.
Mr. Fine, I can't do that. I can't put you guys in the video. That would be funny. wouldn't it?
You can block out the faces.
Yeah, you can like blur
I
out.
gonna find you.
cannot put my students on the video.
I'm gonna find you.
In fact, you guys aren't kicking over in front of you.
Oh,
Why?
I mean,
I didn't.
He
If
was
you
a
did, I have to delete it.
I didn't. I swear.
Alright. Alright. We have variables on both sides, yes? So we've got to collect the variables on one side and collect the constants on the other. Alright, so here's the two sides of the equation. Can this side be simplified?
No.
No. Can this side be simplified? No. Alright, so which variable should I move? Why 4x? It's smaller. Now I'm going to show you on this one, I don't have to move the smaller one. I can move the bigger one. Okay? It'll still work. I'll just be dealing with the negative exponent. Okay? So let's do this by moving the bigger one. So let's move 8x this time.
It's not stealing my calculator.
Now, if I had moved it the other way, it would have been a positive coefficient, but it's not a big deal because we know how to deal with negatives anyways, theoretically. Okay, so since I moved my variable this way, which way am I moving my constant? The other way. So which one needs to move? Which number needs to get away from x first? Do I get rid of the 4 or the 21? 21. So now let's move the 21. Which is a constant number, so we're moving the constant this way. Now, did anyone start this problem by moving the 4x first? You did? And are you seeing that it's going to give you the same answer? Yeah. So now we divide both sides by what? So a lot of you guys are saying divide by 4. We don't divide by 4, because if I divide by 4, what doesn't go away? If I divide by 4, what doesn't go away?
negative 4.
The negative. I want to get rid of that negative as well as the 4. So I got to divide by negative 4. Okay? Alright, so the 4's cancel, the negatives cancel. Over here, my negatives cancel, and I'm left with x equals 7.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright, one more. Alright, number 2. Negative 11x plus 9 equals negative 2x plus 45. And if you all are talking over this, I'm going to have to delete the video. Not that you care, but... Okay. We've got variables on both sides. Can either side be simplified? No. There's no like terms on either side, so we need to move the variable now. Which variable's smaller? What's smaller, negative 2 or negative 11? Would you rather owe $2 or owe $11? Alright, so negative 11 is smaller. It's further from 0. Alright, so we don't have to move this, but if we move this one, we're going to have a positive coefficient. So let's add 11x to both sides. 9 equals, now negative 2x plus 11x is 9x plus 4. Okay, now what number do we get rid of? Okay, let me ask you this question. What are we trying to isolate? What are we trying to get by itself? X. X needs to be all by itself. What numbers need to go away? 9 and 45. Which one goes away first? 45. Okay. Negative 36?
Negative 36.
Yeah, negative 36. Okay. Divide by 9. We get x equals negative 4. Okay, any questions? You can hit the stop. And thank you.